Hi guys, it's Mrs. Dahl
and Mrs. Hooven, and today we're here to talk to you about improving the introduction paragraph. So before our introduction paragraph was from the box 1. It's still from box 1, but remember that the introductory paragraph is maybe the very most important paragraph in our paper. It's the first impression that we make on the reader. And
first impressions are important.
They are, just when you meet somebody, and this is where your writing piece meets its reader. So, also, the first paragraph makes a promise. The promise kind of tells what's going to happen in the paper.
Yep, and we call it a roadmap, and that's probably what we'll refer to the promise as. And it's really important because it helps your reader know what's about to come in their paper, and it prepares their brains to understand what your message is. Another really important piece about the introduction is the tone. You want to set the tone of your paper. So if you're writing about how people shouldn't do drugs or start smoking, your tone's going to be more serious probably. That means your introduction needs to be more serious, and you're going to make some decisions on your word choice to match that. Whereas with our spaghetti and meatballs example,
that's kind of a more fun tone. So we can be a little bit more whimsical, lighthearted with the type of introduction we write and the tone that it sets.
And you're going to see that in our example today.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's take a look at what the introduction. All right, so the first paragraph starts off with a hook or a lead. This is what grabs the attention of your reader. And we have some fun and good, strong leads to share with you that you might choose from. You probably have some of your own. We're going to share those in just a little bit.
And then we've got something called the topic sentence, which really is that center box, that first box on our foursquare. It's your claim, your thesis statement. It just tells your reader what your point is.
So after you've hooked them and then you've stated your claim, you want to take them on a little roadmap. You want to tell them what the rest of your paper is going to be about. Kind of your big 3 reasons that you're going to be talking about.
And actually, we have talked about this, Mrs. Hooven and I have, and it kind of sounds a lot like your wrap-up sentence.
Yep, it's a lot like the wrap-up sentence. So it's kind of like you start with a hook, make your claim, and then your wrap-up sentence.
Yep.
And then last but not least, you want to have some kind of a connection or reflection where you put a little bit personal information in.
Expand. It's your ideas from your mind and how you add to the thought that you've brought forward.
Sometimes we call it interpretation or commentary.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see some cool leads that you could start off with. These are the things that hook your reader. So we're going to let you just pause the video and look and take a look at some of these different types of leads. You've probably seen some of them before. You can see there are questions, there's quotations, hyperbole is an exaggeration, and so on. These all apply to our spaghetti and meatballs example. So take a minute. Maybe you can refer back to this. You maybe even want to take some notes on this and keep them in your notebooks as well.
Yep. All right. Okay, well, we're back after some technical difficulties. Hopefully it wasn't too obvious for you. But we want to talk about taking the introduction and with our spaghetti and meatballs and moving forward. So the first thing we did was picked a hook. That's number 1 there at the bottom. And we chose onomatopoeia because it fits with the tone of our essay. It's more of a lighthearted tone, so onomatopoeia is a great way to just kind of add some fun to it. So we've got slurp, smack, gulp. That's the sound of good eating and spaghetti and meatballs.
So after our hook, we followed with our topic sentence, and we know that we call this the claim. And so we just use that next. My favorite meal is spaghetti and meatballs. We've got to make our claim here.
Yep.
All right?
And number 3, preview of the main ideas. This is our roadmap. It's your wrap-up sentence with a little bit of change. It's my favorite because it's easy to make, fun to eat, and delicious.
And that tells your reader exactly what you're going to talk about the rest of the essay.
In that order.
That's right. So keep it in order and give them a little roadmap to help them through the piece. Then last but not least, we end with our connection or a reflection. And so we chose, I could eat spaghetti and meatballs for dinner every night.
Just a little personal reflection on the whole idea. And now, as a writer, you're ready to move to your first paragraph.
Absolutely. So use that introduction to get you started on your intro, and then you're going to go to your first paragraph, second body paragraph, third body paragraph, and then you'll finish up with your conclusion eventually.
Yep.
All right, guys.
That's it. We'll see you soon.